A production of the South Carolina Educational Television Network.
With the only comprehensive television coverage of Hilton Head Island, Beaufort, and surrounding areas, this is The Local News with Suzanne Sproat and Madeline Woods, weather and sports with Jean Harlan.
Good evening and welcome to The Local News.
Some Beaufort Academy students took an unusual exam today. Shockey Cooper has the story.
Some local high school students recently got a chance to build and design their own cars. Students are in an introductory engineering course at Beaufort Academy. As a part of their final exam, students had to design a car small enough to fit inside a suitcase. Then they had to race their suitcase cars 300 feet on the school's soccer field.
My goal was to simply see if I could explain to these students what engineering was all about and to pique their interest to possibly pursue a career in engineering. And that was about all I could do, because really to stand at a blackboard and work engineering problems all day would have to be the most boring thing these kids could go through for an hour a day.
Students readied themselves for the big moment. Then they were off. Two teams raced toward the finish line. One team got a slow start but kept on going. One last team can barely get off. Well, just for a moment, then another bad start. Oh well, maybe next year. The winning team members shared their techniques.
Well, I knew that it was important that we do it correctly, and the main problem is the other team, because they had a similar design. However, we had thicker wheels, which let us win.
Well, we had to keep within the $25 cost, but the biggest restriction is probably the size and weight, because we had to build it within a 30 by 24 by 8 suitcase, and we had to keep those in mind while we were building it.
There seemed to be a lot of interest in the project and in the course, and that was my intention, was to pique their interest, and I'm sure that 4 or 5 of these kids will go on to pursue engineering careers. Some of them have probably found out that engineering is not for them, and it's not for everybody. But that was really what my goal was for the course, and I think we've done that, and I think the kids have had a lot of fun.
And will we need our umbrellas this weekend?
Production of the South Carolina Educational Television Network.
With the only comprehensive television coverage of Hilton Head Island, Beaufort, and surrounding areas, this is The Local News.
Services for Lee Atwater were conducted late this afternoon in Columbia. The young man who led the National Republican Party died Friday of a brain tumor. Students at a local school got a chance to show their engineering skills in a most unusual race today. 6 teams of Beaufort Academy junior engineering students spent this morning racing rubber band-powered cars. The competition was sponsored by the Beaufort Academy and Beaufort Engineering Services Corporation. Its purpose is to teach students how to work together to achieve goals when trying to engineer a product.
The course title is Introduction to Engineering, and of course in junior high school, or middle school as it's called now, the students haven't had a lot of higher mathematics that would be necessary to do a lot of engineering calculations. So the purpose of the introductory course in engineering is to see what students might be interested in pursuing a curriculum of engineering later on, perhaps in their college career. So what I try to do in this course is to see which students might be interested and to try to pique that interest, and if they show an interest, then they may go on to pursue an engineering career.
The cars are an amazing bit of design, and for what they are, they're quite fast, if a bit fragile. The students say they tested some sound concepts.
We tried to, like the bigger wheels, you know, we figured that the bigger the wheel, the more times the more area it covered when it turned. So that was one of them. And we put rubber bands around the wheels to add traction and add a higher degree of friction.
Hopper and his teammate Calvin Chang took some $50 for their design. The cars each had to be at least 2 feet in length and be able to travel 42 feet across the gym floor. School officials say the competition will give the competitors a leg up when it comes to design engineering.
Channel 16's Remy Barron is away from the studio this